emphasis on winning the division because of the one-game playoff?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a one-game playoff type format is it's pretty tough. I think this year being the trial run, I think that there might be some situations where guys go into the playoffs with their number one starter rested, but then you're gonna have to start him in that first game to get past the first round. And then your rotation. I mean, ours is pretty solid top to bottom, so I wouldn't really worry about that. But I mean, some other teams, that may not have the pitching depth that we have, it could be a little tougher. You get past that first round with the number one starter, and then you got to go down the line and realign after that. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting, but I'm very excited to see how it goes.
Essentially, it's going to be like having a Game 7 in the first round, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the excitement of the playoffs from Game 1 to Game 7 is pretty exciting no matter what as a player. I mean, I think, you place just as much importance on a Game 1 as you do any game in the playoffs. But in a win-or-go-home situation, I think it's definitely going to amp up the adrenaline a little bit.
Right, and how much more does it mean to you guys specifically in the division you compete in to have this extra berth now?
I think, that's one of the things we talked about from the beginning when this was, all starting to come to a head was that, it's been tough since 2008 when, we started to compete in the division that, 85, 90 wins doesn't cut it anymore. So, you're going to start to see, the teams that may, hover around that 80 win mark at the beginning of, or, beginning to middle of September, start to keep that glimmer of hope in the AL East, as opposed to when it was, you needed to have 90 to 100 wins to make it into the playoffs. So it's going to, like I said, it's going to keep everybody more hopeful about making the playoffs for a longer period of time.
Are you comfortable with the one-game format?
I don't think anybody's comfortable with it. I mean, like I said, it's a tough, it's an uncomfortable feeling going into any game that you could go home, your season could end, but at the same time, it's exciting. You're in the playoffs now. I mean, you guys have been there. When you go from even a game in the middle of September that may make or break a season, it's definitely not as highly anticipated or amped up as a Game 1 of the playoffs, no matter what series it is, ALCS, World Series, whatever. I mean, there's just that playoff atmosphere is much different.
You can see the Yankees, Red Sox, and Rays all in the playoffs now, huh?
That'd be interesting. But I think I thought I heard James say it over there. I mean, we're not really looking to make that one-game playoff. I think we're looking. Our hopes are higher. And so we got to keep that thought alive.
Well, the premium is now incredibly higher to win the division.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't want to. I don't even know, how does the format work after the first game? Does somebody have a bye, or they just wait? How does that work?
There'll be 4 teams left.
The 3 division winners.
Yeah, all 3 division winners wait, so and then the winner of the wild card game plays.
I got you. Okay, yeah. So I mean, obviously the premium is definitely to win the division. I mean, you don't want to. If you get that basically a first round bye type thing, you can sit around and line your rotation up, set up your matchups and everything. That's definitely a huge advantage.